your MT202 cover payment has been sent, there is possibly two messages initiated. One is MT202 cover, MT103. This MT103 has also contained the same information which is sent on MT202 cover. Okay. Only thing is that MT103 it is called announcement, which is not doing your sending a payment. It is only sending payment directly from your debtor bank, which is BNP Paribas, to your receiver bank, Santander Bank. So this message will directly receive by your Santander Bank here. Okay, then you will ask me that why this message is there. This message is not doing any settlement. Okay, this message is only sending that your funds are arriving. This receiver will say that your funds are arriving, and it is sending by the correspondent, but the fund details are like this. It mentioned there your funds are arriving by the sender's correspondence, by the receiver's correspondence, or by some reporting messages or the CSM. It will there, but your funds it is in process. Be patient. Your funds will be received by you in some time. Okay, so this is a message called announcement message. So it doesn't do a settlement, or it only do use for reconciliation, and this message contain details of your sender person name and receiver person name. So if you see carefully, this message contain 50A as well and 59 as well. Okay, both the person's details data is there in your 59 and 50A. Okay, this is the half part of the message MT103. Now what is the second message of this part we are going to discuss. Now this second will be as good as your MT202 serial, which we have already learned. Okay, the only difference is that it contains MT103, and this the second part of this message, which is from BNP Paribas, it will go Wells Fargo, CSM, and till here Santander. This is normally your MT202 serial payment. So it contains this first part, and your MT103 is your second part. Combination of these two parts, it's called MT202 cover payment. Okay, it's called MT202 cover payment. Now how this works, what is the benefit of that, what are the mandatory fields, I'm going to explain now slowly. Only I want to explain you these two different diagrams, why it is mentioned. That's why I explain you on this diagram. But now we'll see one by one, step by step, what is the use of this message, what is this message actually, and not probably today, maybe next time. If we have time today, then we'll discuss about that, why this message is helpful, not helpful in any other attack. Okay, I will discuss this later. What are the field specification of this one? Now, can anyone tell me before going here? We have learned MT103 message now, right? At that time I told you, I think we have taken good time to explain MT103 message. In block 3, try to give pressure to your mind. We have learned in block 3, I told you that time, specifically if cover payment is there in block 3, we have to use one tag. Anyone remember? 119 is the cover payment. Yeah, correct. 119 is the cover payment tag. We have discussed that time. Whenever we want to send payment in 103, we have to send payment via 119 cover. So this 119 cover is the same cover which we are discussing now. We have to mention in MT103 also, whenever this payment is initiated, it has the 119 cover. So keep in mind, that time also I told you, it contains either value HTP or it contains 119 cover. So this is MT103 by the way, not 202 cover. So this message initiated and with having the cover named here. Okay. The user head block 3 must be present and must contain 119 validation flag. Just now we discussed. With code cover and field 121 unique end-to-end transaction reference number UATR. UATR should be there because UATR should be mentioned in the both messages, MT103 and 202 cover. In case where the sender is acting, in case where the sender is acting as intermediary and UATR present in the receiver message, the UATR must be passed unchanged to the next message in the transaction chain. When the underlying customer credit transfer with the UATR must be copied. Okay. Keep in mind, only simple thing is that UATR should be passed in this message unchanged from your MT103 to MT202 cover in the field 121. Okay, that is the simple meaning of this sentence. You have to keep UATR common between two messages. Now what is scope of this message? The message is sent by what is now 202. The message is sent by or behalf of the ordering institution directly or through the correspondent to the financial institution of the beneficiary. All parties to the financial institution must be a financial institution, means bank only. It must be used to order the movement of funds related to underlying customer credit transfer method. MT202 cover must be used for any other interbank transfer. For the transfer, the MT202 must be used. Okay, its simple meaning: you are sending payment and only MT202 cover is must be used in only sending the payment. Here the same I explained here as well. Here we are sending this diagram is MT202 cover is a single, it is the same we explain MT2, only addition of MT103 it become your 202 cover. Okay, so we are going to learn more things on this, but before that, this is important. MT202 cover must be used for any other interbank transfer. For this transfer, MT202 cover must be used. Simple word only. Now these are the two messages which are sent for MT202 cover one by one. Okay, we are going to see this message from your actual diagram now. Some more text for some more information. MT103 is sent while sending MT202 cover together. Just now I explained, both messages are triggered together only, whether it is MT103 or it's MT202. Both messages are triggered at the same time from your BNP Paribas bank here, for example. MT202 cover is needed because of the corresponding bank. MT202 cover is needed because of the corresponding banking networks and the complexity of the international fund movements. Thus, MT103 instruction is sent directly from the originator bank to the beneficiary bank instructing the account related information. That is one of the reasons why MT103 is required. This payment is sending from directly to your debtor bank to the receiver bank here. Okay, so it will go directly, but it's only contain announcement message. Okay, so at least it ensures that to receiver that your funds are coming. But there are so many, this is only one example, so many correspondents are involved. For example, here are two, there are sometimes many. So your payment might be reached to the beneficiary customer after 2 days, for example. Okay, so beneficiary should not worry about his payment. That's why this MT103 is set announcement at the same time. It reaches a fraction of second that your payments are arriving by 2 days or 3 days you mention, and keep patience of this one. Like this, they send the information. So this is also very helpful for the receiver bank that our payment is in transit. It may receive in after some days. Okay, so this is also one information. It is passed here. MT202 cover is needed because the corresponding banking networks and the complexity of the international fund movement. The meaning of complexity here is there may be more than 2 funds are involved here. There may be two more banks are involved, 2 more correspondents are involved here, and maybe the different exchange also. Exchange means clearing agencies are CSM. Okay, in our example only one we have, maybe more than 2 we have here, for example. So due to that, this MT103 is sent directly from the originator bank to the beneficiary bank instructing as account credit. Okay, that is the one reason that it is sent a MT103. Now, during wire transfer over the SWIFT network were originally completed by the serial transfer MT103, customer credit transfer cash transfer message from initial financial institution to cover via different financial institutions. In order to improve the responsive of the international banking method, cover payment was developed. In order to improve the responsive, just now I told you, if that payment is arriving right, you should know that for MT103 this is developed. All cover payments involved in two messages. One is MT103 and another is MT202. Okay. So when you are sending payment, two payments are involved. MT103 is directly payment order to the beneficiary bank that result in the beneficiary account being credited to a specific funding amount. One is that it is contain an announcement that your particular amount is coming and is funding amount being inside that only amount. The MT202 cover is the bank-to-bank order that instruct fund movement in alignment with the MT202 cover. Means both are of the same data, is have alignment. Okay, even the charges and deduction, everything is the same. The MT202 cover is needed because of the network and the complexity of international fund. I have already written here. Okay, instruction work across the corresponding banking network. MT202 cover is the original standard message format. MT202 simple is the original standard message format. It does not contain both the origination and destination FI account. Meaning is here, MT202 means we don't have details of the originated and destination financial account. Means they are calling here as a person as well and debtor and the receiver bank as well. Okay, both bank may not contain here. It does not contain both the origination and destination FI account information. Means who is sending the payment. Just now I told you. Okay, this 50A and this 59A receiving payment. This information is not there in your MT202. Why it is not there? Because payment is starting from bank only. Okay. Because the payment is starting from bank only, this information is not there.